Good morning, folks. I have a little squeamish here with what the government, mainly and namely, in the term essential business and essential items. First off, that is a very highly subjective word, meaning that it is subject to a lot of interpretation. Now, the list has changed now 4 times in 4 weeks. Amazon states that they're prioritizing their deliveries based on level of essentialness. Apparently, adult toys are more important than food and water, because you can get adult toys faster than you can get food and water from Amazon. Now, with the term essential being subjective, if you're an alcoholic who will definitely die to come off of alcohol, then yes, alcohol is essential. To most, it's not essential. It's just a little known addiction. Whether they realize it or not, a lot of people have addictions. So, I don't like saying this, but to state that a restaurant is not essential, but that a grocery store is, they both sell food. They're both essential. It's bullcrap. You want to know what I really want? I've gone 4 freaking weeks without going to a restaurant. I go to a restaurant maybe once every 2 weeks. I've missed 2 of those already. I want to eat at a restaurant. I don't go to these big fancy $900 a meal restaurants. I mean, like, more expensive than, Carl's Jr. or Subway or Quiznos Sub or whatever have you. I mean, like, you go in, waiters or waitresses, wait staff come up to you. Good morning, Mr. Hammerschmidt. It's a beautiful day, isn't it? Absolutely it is. And what can I get started for you? We having any soft drinks or anything like that? No, but thank you for the offer. Water will be fine. Mr. Hammerschmidt, do you have any idea what you want on the menu? Yes, I would like such and such off the menu. And how would you like your eggs, sir? I'd like them poached. Okay, and bacon and or egg, or bacon and or sausage. What are we doing today? Bacon and sausage, please. Are we, what kind of cheese you want on your eggs and your bacon? Let's do it with the provolone and the Swiss, if you got those. We do, Mr. Hammerschmidt. Any sides off the menu? Yes, please. I'd like hash browns. Excellent. We'll get those right up to you, Mr. Hammerschmidt. It's going to take a little bit. We know how you like them. We'll be back. I'll be back here a little bit with some water. That kind of service, people. I don't mean you walk up to them and they ask you what you want. I mean, they walk up to you. That's my definition of a restaurant, which is the technical meaning of restaurant. Now, let me explain further. It's been going on 4 weeks of quarantine here, folks. Now, I admit, I have a job that is technically essential. Reporting and public safety are top of the list. Trucking is top of the list. Grocery stores on the list. Restaurants, apparently, which provide food, are not on that list? Seriously, what the heck are they thinking? Not everyone can have a private freaking... Not everyone can have an in-home private chef that lives with them. Yes, I understand I'm a chef, but has it occurred to any of you that we need to really state our needs to the government? To say a restaurant is less essential than a liquor store, that's bothersome to me. To state that a restaurant is less essential than a marijuana dispensary, aka a cannabis dispensary, is really irritating to me. The only person I've been allowed to cook for the last almost 4 weeks now is me. I'm getting tired of cooking for just me. I'm getting tired of having to cook. I'm getting tired of having to order pizza when I don't want to cook. I'm getting tired of having to wait and wait and wait for bullcrap. Tired of waiting on the small business stuff. Fortunately, I have really good insurance. I have full coverage. But it doesn't pay the bills per se. It covers me. Right now, I'm covered to completely shut my business down. Temporarily. Meaning close up shop, do nothing, and my bills still get paid. It doesn't cover operating costs to open the doors. It doesn't cover costs to fire up the truck, to barely get anything brought in. It doesn't pay anywhere near enough. But I do it anyway. It doesn't quite, thankfully the bus system is currently free during this COVID-19 incident. Now, that allows me to at least get out, get my 6 hours a week of volunteer in. Here it is, Wednesday. I have about 2.5 to 2 3/4 hours left out of that. I used about 4 1/4 to 4.5 up on Monday. Because I had to run my errands. I had to go pay my bills. I had to run my errands. I wrote off a lot of the hours that I worked on Monday as cannot cover under business insurance, can only cover under my survivor insurance. Now, let me explain this for you further. You don't want to support small businesses, but you'll put an order in at Amazon. I've been getting my groceries at the most expensive grocery store in town. In this tiny little town, I've been getting it at the most expensive grocery store and the second most expensive grocery store for cheaper than what I can get it on Amazon right now. What are you doing, folks? Support local business. Come on, what are you doing? Come on, pull it together. I'm also supporting a lot of mom and pop shops right now that are struggling to keep their doors open. At least I have enough money set aside that I can continue to do this stuff for another 3, maybe even 4 months without batting an eye. Furthermore, I currently have I have a huge gap between what I can spend and what I have coming in each month. What I can spend is about $400 a month. What I have coming in is over double that. Just barely over. Correction. Let's see here. What I have coming in is, yeah, it's just over double that. I'm sitting here. Yeah, technically I'm low income, but my base pay is what counts. My base pay is what this place goes off of and sees. They can't audit my business. It's illegal for this place to do that. All they have to go off of is what my personal accounts have in them. What my personal account has coming in is my survivor benefits. That's it. And all of my additional income is business only. I'm literally at this point in time for the last 3 months reinvesting with my 3 different side hustles. I've got security work. I've got videography reporting. The side hustle on the videographer reporting, the video method of reporting doesn't pay me anything except for getting people to at least help small businesses such as myself. I have a side hustle that's on hold right now. That's moving. Another side hustle that I have on hold right now is running I'm working on expanding out to having my own pickup truck with a trailer behind it. From there, I'll expand it out again with a $32,000 tractor package. And that's going to make for some cool video. You're all going to learn the ins and outs of not paranoid, but very in-depth, religiously preventative maintenance on the tractor. A lot. There's going to be videos where you're seeing me do my weekly inspections. You're going to see my daily inspections. You're going to see modifications be made to that over the course of time. I'm hoping that whoever buys my grandmother's property out there in Seattle, it's a nice house. It needs a little bit of work. It needs some updates. It needs some update maintenance. We all understand that. If you want to support small businesses, I ask of you when that house gets listed, please, if you're going to be buying in cash and you can afford to put a bigger offer on it than what it's listed for, do it in a heartbeat. It's going to go to a good cause. There are 4 of us that have our own businesses. Well, 3 out of the 4 of us are running our own businesses. Another is trying to pay off his home. So that he can lower his monthly expenses. One thing I'm attempting to do is, one thing I would love to be able to do, one thing I'd love to be in the position to do, I'd love to be able to buy a semi-truck with a sleeper on it, modify it, plus have a land with some acreage, and be able to live out there on the acreage and run the tractor for the other reason I bought it, for self-sustenance. Now, what a lot of you need to understand here, it's going to take me a lot of money to do that. Don't get me wrong. It is. It's going to take the other person who's getting the same amount as me. It's difficult for her because she's got a house she's working on paying off. Plus, she's got her own side hustles. And that she's looking at expanding and turning into a blanket a blanket business like I am. Another one, she owns her own business, is looking at expanding it a little bit. But that's going to take a lot of money. The 4th and final one is working on paying off his own home. And let me explain this. It may seem like we're asking a lot. However, please help us out. We have a lot of stuff going on. And also, we all have drive to do better. You may be looking at me like I'm some long-haired kid who's being a money beggar. Look, I have my own business. What can you say about yourself? I've run a farm. I already went through one inheritance, making a lot of mistakes that I learned the hard way. I won't be making those same mistakes again. I assure you that. And quite frankly, as difficult as it may seem to you all, life might be difficult to most. But I can assure you, when you think things can't get any worse, they always do. It never fails. They always get worse. Just when you think they can't, they do. Now, let me continue on with another statement here. I know what it takes to run a business. So do all 4. So do the rest of the 3 of us. So do the other 3 of us. One of them is working and providing services to keep emergency services up and running. He's a mechanic. Now, let me explain this further, folks. Ain't nobody going to convince me that paying you any amount is going to bring them back. It ain't going to happen. I ain't stupid. Been there, done that, ain't falling for it again. Now, let me continue on. You want to know where that money is going to go? It's going to go towards buying a heavy-duty truck and a piece of property with power and water on it. That's where that's going to go. A heavy-duty truck. I don't mean a Ford Power Stroke 6.7 or any of that. I mean a 3-axle semi-truck. Just the truck. I'm working on finding a deal on the trailer. But this is all going to take a lot of money. I can't even describe it. There's so much right now going on with the economy and so on and so forth. One thing I can explain to you folks is that it's going to be difficult times ahead. However, by owning your own home outright, you're going to save your butt. You truly are. It will only get worse before it gets better. We're having a huge humanity reset. Any person out there that wants to go back to life as it once was is insane. They're stupid to think that way. It's a bad idea. It's what got us here right now. If you're in your own home, wondering how you're going to make your next mortgage payment, wondering how you're going to make your next car payment, you did it to yourself. What were you thinking? What were you thinking? Look, downsize, people. Downsize your monthly expenses. Pay extra on your mortgage. Do what you got to do to get out from underneath your debts. Pay them off. Come on, folks. I don't have any outside debt right now. None. And the reason for that is I value making sure that at the end of the day, I'm able to continue sustaining myself without worrying, am I going to be able to make that next payment? You have no idea what it's like to not have that stress after having had it. America has a pandemic of buy a house, move in, stay there, maybe, stay there a few years, sell it, move out, go into debt again, buy another house, move in, sell, move in, stay there a while, and just keep cycling through houses. Look, at the end of the day, folks, you're the ones who buried yourselves in debt. You never thought it would ever catch up to you. You made that mistake like I once did. I paid off all my debt. Now, let me explain this to you. I learned the lesson of it's a bad idea all the way around to be able to, to be going out and opening your debts. If you've got credit cards right now and you're charging to those, you're making a lot of mistakes by doing that. If you don't have income and you're spending more than your income, you're screwing up. What are you doing with that mentality? You can't come out of debt by going further into debt. The federal government wants businesses, small businesses, to go further into debt to come out of debt. That's not going to happen. They're okay with giving big businesses a handout. What are you doing supporting that? Come on, people. Get it together. Help us out right now. We need help. We need it big time. I'm waiting on someone that needs assistance getting out of an apartment. Look, at the end of the day, it's my specialty moving people out. I've moved families, let's see here. In the last 5 years alone, I've moved myself twice, moved my stuff from one unit to another unit over 30 miles away. That's 3 times for just me alone. I also moved, let's see here, about 5 families in the last 5 years out of very large homes. I know my stuff. I may not be perfect. Neither are you. But man, I'm always perfect. I never screw up. What are you doing? Why do you think you're perfect when you're not? Get it together, folks. Pull your stuff together. Supporting big businesses is harming America at an alarming rate right now. Please. I've already cut off Amazon and bought 4 of, well, I did 4, what was going to be 4 different purchases from Amazon right here locally from local businesses, and been thanked for it and saved money. Rice is double on Amazon what it is at the most expensive grocery store in town. And you'd rather buy rice at twice the price not to leave your own home. Come on, folks. Get it together. Come on, folks. I hope you enjoy this video later on in life. I hope that if you do give it a thumbs down, that you later realize how valuable these wake-up calls I've been giving this morning are. But Matt, you don't understand what it's like to have kids and need to put food in their mouths, blah, blah, blah. You know what? Get over it. You spoiled them. You went into debt. It's you. You as the head of household screwed up. Get it together. What are you doing? Come on, folks. I don't even own my own home, but at least I have a roof over my head that I can have over my head as long as I need it. That said, please help small businesses, and please tune in for another video sometime soon. Please take this message to heart. Please do. These are the kind of videos that have helped me. And again, thank you for watching. I hope you learned something. Because guess what? You're not going to come out of debt by going further into debt. Have a good one. Don't buy the lies out there. Consolidating your debts is only going to put you in bigger debt. It's not going to work. It's a scam. But Matt, I got to be able to have all my debts brought into one payment. What are you doing? What if you can't make those payments 3 months in a row? What are you doing? I hope you learned something from this. This is someone who at 26 knows and is better off financially than 90% of Americans, regardless of age. And I live right here in America. Catch you in another one. I'll tell you right now, better pay attention to what you're doing, because it can bite you in the butt later. It already is. Now, what are you doing? Why are you waiting to correct it? There you are. Enjoy. These are the wake-up calls I needed in life. You're welcome.